welcome back. I had a few extra minutes today, so I thought I would show you what is under the grow lights right now. We have a lot happening, and sometimes I get things done and I don't have time to hit record, such as potting up the eucalyptus behind me. Now, they're normally under the lights with them on, but just because I'm recording, I turned them off just so the lights wouldn't affect the camera, but we have a lot going on. So we have a lot of snapdragons growing. The dahlias that we are waking up to take some cuttings. We have a lot of them with some little sprouts, so I'm super excited about that. We have a lot going on our heat mats right now, and I'll even take you down to the basement where I'm keeping anything that needs to stay at a cooler temperature around 55 degrees are down there. I have my ranunculus that are growing pretty nicely, which I'm really hoping for. And we have our lisianthus somehow surviving, even though they are just like swimming in, I feel like, that green algae right now. They do seem to be super happy. I've been doing pretty good with keeping up with the watering with everything right now. And I do have some fungus gnats that seem to be emerging. So I've been putting up some sticky traps, and I started using those mosquito bits. So let's start with our largest rack, and then we're gonna work our way around the room, show you what's on the heat mat right now, and then we'll go down to the basement. Right behind me is my largest grow rack. So I do have a bottom rack, which you can't really see. It does have a 4-foot heat mat. I do have my snapdragons from last weekend still there. Then on this rack right here, we have our 4 lisianthus trays and a snapdragon. Then we have lots of snapdragons going on right here. We're getting closer afterwards. And I do have some coneflower. And I have a few of my dahlias up top that we are starting to wake up. And then I have some of my echinops up here as well. So we're gonna get a little bit closer and see how everything is doing. And as I mentioned, I do have some fungus gnats, unfortunately. So we do have the sticky traps, not too much. And I've been using those mosquito bits. So hopefully that will also help me. And then I do plan on I have these little plug-in fans that I will clamp here just to help with some movement to get those stems nice and strong. The remaining ones, I try and have a few of them on each shelf. They're charging right now. But I will definitely show you that next time. So let's start from the top and work our way to the bottom. So here is a front view of everything. These are just some racks that we had. They're kind of like baker racks. You can adjust them however you want. Now, all of these lights up here are considered grow lights, but I really do like the shop lights better. And then for our top rack, I did use some extra PVC, just some elbows, just to hold up the light so this doesn't get wasted. I usually for my tomatoes or anything that gets a little bit taller. We do have some dahlias that are waking up, so I'm very excited about those. And then we have our echinops. Those are starting to germinate as well. And as you can see over here, a little bit closer, those are also waking up. And then these normally I wouldn't have under the lights, but I had to move them. I'm gonna put them back somewhere so they're just not totally underneath until I start seeing some sprouts. But they had to get moved. We did some shuffling today. Now, these are all different weeks of some snapdragons. So we started our chantilly, which is over here. And those are looking phenomenal. So that was the first round of snapdragons with some orange and white that I had left over. And then we also have some chantilly over there and the Avignon variety. And they are just looking great. And then our next round was all the Madam Butterflies. So those are starting to catch up, with some that are still germinating a little bit later on. And I have some Madam Butterflies here as well. But our first round, look how good they look. And I feel like these get watered at least every other day, if not every 2 to 3 days. I just wait until they start getting like a little bit dried out. So like over here, it's kind of getting a little dry. If I see a few cells, I might just hand water them. But then once they all are starting to look dry, I will bottom water. All right, now moving down, we do have our lisianthus. They're I don't know. They are definitely growing. We started these. Let's see. I don't even think I wrote the date down on them. Nope, I did not. But like they are starting to look good. Like the Voyage ones, those ones are starting to get much bigger. I do fertilize them with a diluted Neptune's Harvest, the fish emulsion, every single time that I water them. So they're starting, I don't know if they're supposed to look like this on top, but they are surviving. So that at least is good. And then we have some more snapdragons over here. And then if we go down some more, we have our heat mats with some more snapdragons. And then I have campanula in the back. I have some coneflower. And then I forgot what's over there, but this is going to be the large grow rack. Next is my smaller one. Now this is what I started with when I was just doing vegetables, and it worked fantastic. And I also get a lot of natural light as well. So these are going to be some of my eucalyptus. I don't know if I'm doing a good job or not. Like some have spots, some don't. Some never germinate. Look, some of them are still like super duper tiny, but I'm going to be potting these ones up. And look, like over here, like these are just gross in my opinion, but they're still coming up. Like how funny is that? And then we have all of our dahlias we are waking up. So I do have some, like we have over here, we have an overachiever with 3 eyes popping. And then I do have several more that are waking up. And then like here, I don't know if my phone will focus or not, but there is just the tiniest little eye that is waking up. And if you see anything that I should change or do, please feel free to let me know. But I am just thrilled that they have survived. We have another one over here. This is Copper Boy, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4 eyes that are starting to wake up. And then down here, we have some more as well. Yeah, this is the one that didn't make it. It is completely broken, so I need to get rid of that one. But yeah, we have some waking up. So let's move on to another rack. Now, these are my racks I usually use for my tomatoes. They're amazing. But right now, they are going to be home to my eucalyptus. So like some of them here look fantastic, and they were definitely getting root bound. Others have these spots on them. So I'm not quite sure if they were just too wet. So I wanted to pot them up and then give them their own little containers. And then if you can look like this one, yeah, totally forgot about it. Some of them just didn't get watered really well, like the corners. And then you have these ones that are just like really big. So I'm just trying to learn how to grow eucalyptus. I'm hoping some of these will bounce back. Let me know. I don't know if it's just because it's too cold in here, but they're kind of starting to curl in, or if it was just too hot by those lights. Like the ones up top, they're a lot warmer than others. But I mean, I do have some, oh my God, they smell so good, that are doing pretty darn good. Now, I haven't posted this video yet, but I do have 4 trees that we started today. This is another heat mat. It's just on a tripod, and it has 3 lights. They are not the best at staying put, but they do just fine when I need some extra space, especially for things. I usually try and put things over here that might not need light to germinate. These all require light, but it does what it needs to get them going. It might just not be as strong as the other grow lights. All right, now let's head down to the basement. And we've made it to the basement, and these are actually the shop lights I got at Costco. I'm using them to hold up my seedlings a little bit closer. So this is going to be all of our sea holly. And look how happy they look. These do need to be grown in a cooler temperature, so they are in the basement where it's about 55 degrees. But yeah, these are the shop lights, and I really like them. And look at the ranunculus, because they are definitely overcrowded. Here, let me see if I can pull one out. But I think they're doing okay. They're not too leggy. Some of them do get a little bit floppy on the ends, but I definitely have to make sure I water them every single day. But I think they're doing pretty good. You tell me, I am no expert, but I'm just happy with how they're growing on. Some of them are still like super small, but yeah, some of them are just starting to come to, but I can't plant them out quite yet. I was really hoping to in a couple of weeks, but I'm not sure. It all depends on the weather. So I've been trying to also fertilize them. I think they might need a little bit more. I like to use the Neptune's Harvest, so let me know if you think they're doing okay or not. All right, and that is everything underneath my grow lights. I forgot to mention that today is Valentine's Day, so happy Valentine's Day. This is what everything looks like as of February 14th. We started some of these back in December, so it's been a couple of weeks and months into some of these plants like the Lisianthus, and my first round of snapdragons are looking fantastic. I can't wait to get everything into the ground. A little bit bummed I didn't have anything to sell for Valentine's Day, but I'm not quite there to be forcing tulips anytime soon. So if you would like to stay updated and see all things that are growing over the next few months, go ahead and click like and subscribe and hit that bell button, and I'll see y'all next time. Happy gardening.